The ousting of President Bashar al-Assad from Syria has unleashed a cascade of geopolitical reverberations across the Middle East, with Iran emerging as a central figure in the ensuing drama. Amid escalating tensions, Tehran has made a bold move by unveiling a new military aircraft, signaling its resolve to project power and defend its strategic interests in a region now riddled with uncertainty. This development comes at a time when Iran's position in Syria, long bolstered by its alliance with Assad, has been fundamentally weakened, forcing the nation to recalibrate its strategy amidst rising hostilities with the United States and Israel. The loss of Assad, Iran's most dependable ally in the region, represents a seismic shift in Tehran's foreign policy calculus. For decades, Syria served as a linchpin in Iran's strategy to assert influence across the Levant, providing a crucial land corridor for supplying arms to Hezbollah in Lebanon and enabling Tehran to maintain a direct presence along Israel's borders. Assad's downfall at the hands of Syrian rebel factions has disrupted this arrangement, threatening to isolate Iran from its regional proxies and diminishing its ability to counterbalance US and Israeli influence. In response, Iran has taken an assertive stance, doubling down on its military capabilities and issuing stark warnings to its adversaries. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in a fiery address, accused the United States and Israel of orchestrating the crisis in Syria, asserting that their ultimate goal is to weaken the so-called axis of resistance led by Iran. He characterized the Syrian rebellion as part of a broader campaign of destabilization, alleging that Washington and Tel Aviv manipulated regional dynamics to serve their strategic objectives. The Supreme Leader's remarks, steeped in defiance, reflect Tehran's intent to frame its involvement in Syria as part of a broader ideological and existential struggle against Western imperialism and Zionism. The unveiling of a new Iranian military aircraft marks a significant step in this strategy, symbolizing Tehran's determination to maintain its influence despite the setbacks in Syria. The aircraft, reportedly equipped with advanced capabilities, serves as both a deterrent and a statement of intent, showcasing Iran's capacity to innovate militarily even under the strain of international sanctions and economic pressures. Analysts interpret this development as part of Iran's broader efforts to modernize its arsenal, signaling that it remains a formidable actor in the region despite the challenges it faces. Iran's aggressive posture has heightened concerns in Washington and Tel Aviv, both of which view Tehran as a persistent and escalating threat. Israel, in particular, has responded with a series of military strikes targeting Iranian assets in Syria, aiming to degrade Tehran's military infrastructure and disrupt its logistical networks. These operations, combined with Israel's broader campaign to secure its borders, have significantly increased tensions in the region, with Iranian leaders vowing retaliation for what they describe as acts of aggression. The United States, meanwhile, continues to maintain a delicate balance in its approach to the Middle East. While Washington has backed Israel's security initiatives and condemned Iran's actions, it also seeks to avoid further escalation that could spiral into a broader conflict. U.S. officials have expressed concerns over Tehran's rhetoric and military activities, warning that any attack on American interests or allies would be met with a swift and decisive response. At the same time, the U.S. is actively working with international partners to stabilize Syria and prevent the resurgence of extremist groups, underscoring the complex and multifaceted nature of the conflict. Iran's rhetoric against Israel has also intensified in the wake of recent developments. Tehran has accused Israel of exploiting the Syrian crisis to expand its influence and has pledged to counter these efforts through both direct and indirect means. While Iran's leadership insists that it seeks only to defend its interests and those of its allies, its actions have raised fears of a potential escalation, particularly as the region grapples with the fallout from Assad's removal. Complicating matters further is the role of other regional actors, such as Turkey, which has sought to capitalize on the shifting dynamics in Syria to advance its own agenda. Ankara's complex relationship with Tehran, marked by both cooperation and rivalry, adds another layer of uncertainty to the situation. As Turkey and Iran vie for influence in Syria, their interactions could significantly shape the country's post-Assad trajectory, with potential implications for the broader region. For Iran, the stakes could not be higher. The loss of Assad has forced Tehran to confront the limits of its power and adapt to a rapidly changing geopolitical landscape. While its unveiling of a new military aircraft and its confrontational rhetoric signal resilience, they also highlight the challenges of maintaining its influence amidst mounting external pressures. As Tehran navigates these turbulent waters, its actions will undoubtedly continue to shape the Middle East's future, for better or worse. The international community faces the daunting task of addressing these challenges while preventing further escalation. Diplomatic efforts to stabilize Syria and manage the fallout from Assad's ouster will require a coordinated and multifaceted approach, balancing the need to counter malign actors with the imperative of addressing the humanitarian crisis that continues to unfold. For now, the region remains on edge, with Iran's actions serving as a reminder of the complexities and risks inherent in the Syrian conflict and its broader implications for global security.